want to start collecting Disney Cars Diecasts, you should probably have a Sally, right? I mean, at least one. Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video, and welcome back to Cars Collector's Guide. If you heard any background noises, that was the sound of Miss Fritter falling off of my shelf. Anyway guys, let's get started with the episode today. This is a fairly quick one, but I do have an announcement I'd like to discuss at the end. So, let's get started here. This is, of course, Cars Collector's Guide series, where I try to help out new collectors by starting their Cars Diecast collecting journey. So, today we're going to be going over some of the key variants of Sally. This is your standard run-of-the-mill original Sally. She's not very appealing, in my opinion. She's pretty small. Her eyes are kind of tiny and a little beady, almost. And she's extremely inaccurate. Like, I'm saying so inaccurate, it's pretty ridiculous. And it took until 2018 to get a normal release of Sally that was corrected. Before then, multiple other Sallys had been released, such as the Christmas version of Sally, that we'll get to in a minute, as well as Sally with Tattoo, two versions of her, actually. All of which, or at least most of which, had larger eyes to try and make Sally look better, but none are as good as the 2018 Sally, at least in my opinion, taking a whole lot of design cues from the Precision Series variant of Sally, which is a more high-end diecast series with rubber tires and other things. I will cover that eventually. This Sally is an extremely nice version of her, and was most recently and first released in 2018. This will probably be the Sally that hits store shelves from now on. She's a much brighter blue. She really looks a bit more pleasant overall. She looks a whole lot happier and nicer and much, much more movie accurate. I only had one Sally in my collection up until 2017. And so I really would say all you really need is one Sally. I would suggest this one, but if you find this Sally first, I'd say get it, and eventually, if you want, when you get this one, or if you find a good deal for it online, pick this one up. But aside from that, there's also the Holiday Sally, who's very nice. She was a 2009 release. Very, very nice one. These holiday cars are a bit more rare. I was able to find them in a store a while back, but that was in Toys R Us, which is now, of course, gone. But this Sally was one of the first ones to have the larger eyes here, and different eyelids, eyebrows, whatever you want to call them. But she was still, as you could tell, the same mold as Sally here. They're basically the same size. This one is a complete overhaul to Sally's design. The final Sally I'd like to bring up is Sally with Tattoo, the only other Sally I'd really suggest getting, aside from the normal one. Just wanted to show this one off if you do want to pick up some of the nice Christmas cars, because that's one of the only Sally variants I have. I don't have that many Sally variants, because she really doesn't have too many variants. Sally with Tattoo was a 2014 release with Sally's spoiler up, where you can see her tattoo. The tattoo was accidentally printed on top of the spoiler here on this new version of Sally, which is a bit disappointing. But Sally with Tattoo was released in 2014, and then again in 2017 with a brand new mold. This was the first time we'd ever seen this new version of Sally, which now the 2018 version of Sally was based off of. But she was a part of the Radiator Springs Classic line, a line that was exclusive to Toys R Us, and now these cars aren't as common. They weren't very common to begin with, but I did also want to point this one out, in case you want a bit of variety and are willing to spend some money on online, secondhand, for another Sally. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. I know this one was pretty short, but there aren't really that many variants of Sally. I really would just recommend picking up either this one or this one, especially this one, but if you find this one first, let's say get it just to have a Sally. And this Sally is a very nice one as well. And before we go, I would like to say, pretty soon after this video is uploaded, I will be beginning a new series called Diecast History, which will be a companion to Collector's Guide. It'll probably be a Collector's Guide episode. Every episode will probably be in the same playlist as Collector's Guide. But the next episode of Collector's Guide should be, the first episode of this Diecast history series where I'll be going through the Diecast line year by year to bring some history and explain what happened that year, any new advancements, etc., etc. And first we'll be starting off with 2006 next episode. Then the episode after that will probably be on variants of Doc Hudson. You guys will probably notice that I formatted it so we have one episode about different versions of the car, then one episode about just diecast collecting, like the paint types or other things. Then we have an episode about variants of the car, then we have a different episode. So the next episode should probably be that first diecast history episode, then after that we'll have the episode on Doc, and from there we'll see what happens next. Bye guys.